with limited mobility face a condition that can lead to weeks or months of treatment, bed rest, and the disruption of daily activities. The condition is a pressure sore. Pressure sores begin to form whenever a person is seated or laying for an extended period of time without moving. A sore can form in as little as an hour, and a serious one can lead to further disability, infection, and even death, as was the case with Christopher Reeve, and depending on severity, can take months or years to heal. My name is Jonathan Campbell. In 2004, I was paralyzed in a bicycle accident. Over the years, I've been very fortunate. I've been able to avoid getting a serious pressure sore. But I have friends who have spent weeks, sometimes months, in bed recovering from pressure sores that they received while sitting in a chair. Where an able-bodied person subconsciously shifts their weight whenever pressure becomes uncomfortable, a person with impaired sensation is unable to recognize discomfort and so doesn't feel the same urge to move. It is generally recommended that for every 30 minutes a person sits, they do a pressure release for at least 2 minutes. For a person in a wheelchair, this means leaning forward, leaning from side to side, or when using a power chair, reclining backwards. With all the distractions in our daily lives, it can be easy to forget to do pressure releases. New patients often use timers to alert themselves to do pressure releases. Timers are not only difficult for people with limited hand function, but they also need resetting and can easily be turned off. Most importantly, a timer is simply an alarm and doesn't help develop the habit of doing spontaneous pressure releases. This is what inspired me to come up with what I hope is a solution. It's called the Pressure Assistant, and it helps warn users when they've been sitting in one place for too long. The Pressure Assistant is a small device that can mount on any wheelchair and is connected to a pressure sensor placed under the seat cushion. It has a built-in progress bar that shows a user how long they've been sitting and when they'll need to do a pressure release. Progress can also be monitored with the Pressure Assistant mobile app on any Bluetooth connected phone. In its basic mode, when the progress bar reaches 100%, an alarm sounds and continues until the user begins doing a pressure release. As the user releases, the progress bar decreases until they've completed the pressure release, at which point a tone will sound and the timer will reset. If a user is unable to sustain a continuous release, the Pressure Assistant allows the user to rest or change positions. The user can pause several times or shift positions before the alarm continues. In its natural use mode, the Pressure Assistant allows a user to do pressure releases spontaneously, much as an able-bodied person does. As the progress bar increases, the user can do a pressure release at any time, and doing so will deduct time and the progress bar will decrease. In this mode, a user gets into the regular habit of doing spontaneous pressure releases and could go an entire day without ever hearing the alarm. Sometimes it's not always convenient to do a pressure release when the alarm sounds. The Pressure Assistant has a snooze function that allows the user to delay their pressure release for up to 5 minutes. The user simply needs to shift their weight briefly until they hear the snooze tone. Then the progress bar will deduct 5 minutes. For individuals with impaired sensation, the process of transferring out of a wheelchair can be especially challenging due to difficulties in determining their position on the seat. The Transfer Assistant feature provides instant visual and audible feedback as the user begins to transfer. When activated, the progress bar switches to show the amount of pressure being applied, and a series of audible tones change in pitch as the user lifts up. The Pressure Assistant mobile app allows the user to monitor their sitting progress and configure the settings of their device. The app allows the device to connect to the Pressure Assistant online portal, allowing the user or seating specialist to analyze data, spot trends, and manage settings remotely. The Pressure Assistant was built from the ground up to be expandable. It has a stackable modular design that allows for extensions that add additional functionality. The head unit can be removed and, with an extension, be placed anywhere on the chair while the body of the device is stored out of sight. A standard audio jack on the side allows for the addition of an extra speaker. As an alternative to an audible alarm, a vibrating motor extension can be connected and placed on an armrest or headrest. The Pressure Assistant has been designed with research and institutional uses in mind. The addition of a Wi-Fi module adds the Pressure Assistant to a network where it can be monitored remotely, allowing a nurse's station to track the pressures of multiple users in real time. The Pressure Assistant online portal allows a seating specialist or researcher to monitor large numbers of subjects. Administrative tools allow researchers to monitor multiple users, assign users to groups, and adjust the settings of all the devices in that group remotely. The current prototype of the Pressure Assistant features all the functionality shown in this video. In the future, it might be able to monitor other areas exposed to pressure, such as heels and elbows, and provide feedback through other devices, such as smartwatches. I'd like to find beta testers, rehab centers, and research institutions to study the effectiveness of the device, and would like to partner with a company or individual who can help bring this product to market. I think that this is a device that can help a lot of people, and I want to get it onto the chairs of people who could benefit from it as soon as possible. If you're interested in more information, check out the website at www.pressureassistant.com.